Be here if it wasn't for this man.
Good afternoon. It's me, Joseph, again. Welcome back to my little videos that I've been making. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the only thing you'll find on the news tonight, which is the political races that are already being claimed in victory one way or the other, with hardly any of the precincts in. Something wrong with America's media has been taking their objective or their assumptions and pressing it on the people to make it seem that their predictions are what's going to happen. It's happened in the last several elections, causing very, very big mix-ups in the political world.
Inviting you would have been a mistake.
I do not think it's fair that a media that's supposed to be objective, not subjective to their side of beliefs, should give on what side they think is going to win. It's not right. They don't know. They're giving information on exit pollings, which do not represent the mainstream of America, because no way that you could poll that many people to get an actual, true substance reading on what's going on in America and what people want. CNN's going off and saying about how bad the Democrats are going to kick the Republicans' butts because of the war in Iraq, yet Lieberman, who is one of the biggest Democrats pushing for the war to stay in Iraq, not because he believed that the war in Iraq was right, but because it would be wrong to pull our troops out. One, because the after the Democratic Party kicked them out and picked them on as their winner in the primary for Connecticut, I believe. If I'm wrong, excuse me, it's been a long night. So you've got an independent Democrat who was kicked out of the primaries, not chosen to be the main person because the Democrats were on a witch hunt for people who liked Bush and thought it would hurt them if someone actually supported something that Bush said. So, in one of the greatest defeats I've ever seen in history, Lieberman has taken the independent party to win against the primary Democrat in a very democratical state that probably hasn't had many Republicans ever as a senator there. So, just one of the few cute things this election has brought. Now, some of the things that I am seeing, that if there isn't a major sweep in Democrats, if the finalization of all this, what's going on, is actually a balance in between where it's even or close to, there's going to be several problems during the next 2 years of any type of legislation. Nothing will get done because there's not a balance one way, or there's not there's not a power, there's not a majority on one side or the other, which has always caused problems in the House and the Senate. So we may end up seeing that for the next few years nothing really will get done unless both parties come together and agree to what they need to agree on and just get things done instead of being politically pushed one way or the other because their party believes that it's the best thing for their party to do, not for the American people. Something that's very sad in our day and age is that if you go up and ask anybody, just take 1,000 people and ask them random questions about our government and how it works, you probably wouldn't get that good of results. Number one question that I think I've probably gotten quite a few hundred people on is, what is the president's job? What is his title? What does he do? For anybody that doesn't know, he's the commander-in-chief of the military forces of the United States of America. That does not mean he's in charge of the economy. That does not mean he's able to pass legislative laws or write bills into action for the House or the Senate to approve. He is the final go on the military. But there's also a thing called checks and balances, which have been overridden in our Constitution, that have caused the president to have more power than he's supposed to. And this isn't only Bush that's done this. This is every other president's for quite a long time now, is that the checks and balances have gone to where there is no checks and balances, where the president has more power than what he should, that the Senate has more power than what it should, and that somebody always ends up getting screwed one way or the other. So, we've got a bunch of people running around that claim that they're the representation of our government, that have no checks and balances, of no accountability of actions that they do, while we're stuck in the middle of a debate, not about what's best for the country, but best for the Republican or Democratic Party. We're stuck in this ideology that, that Republicans are going to get it done or Democrats are going to get it done. The only thing that's going to get anything done is a representation government that supports what the people want, and that also supports partly what the people want and what's good for the people, not what's good for the politicians and for the lobbyists and big corporations. So, Now that I'm done bitching and ranting about what's going on in the world, just be smart, vote for who's right for you, and if you're a Democrat or a Republican, know why you're a Democrat or Republican or independent or whatever party you claim to be. Don't be some of the senseless zombies that walk around and vote for people they don't even know what the hell they're going to do, and don't be intimidated by other people that try and tell you what you are. You only are what you are when you want to vote, and that's the only way to get it done. Have a great night.